What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, back again with another video, man. You already know we do that Tokyo Revengers manga reviews, reactions, reviews, whatever you want to call that shit, every Tuesday morning where I'm at. But wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, man. Just have a good day, or I hope you had a good day already. Anyway, last chapter, my boy Mitsuya became the advisor for the gang. He gonna give us some new drip, you know what I'm saying? New logo, branding, all that kind of stuff. So he's here with us. But the most important thing happened at the end of the chapter. At the end of the chapter, Senju is about to like unveil that she was at fault for whatever happened between like Mikey in terms of his dark impulses and her other brother, Hadichio or Sanzu, whichever you want to refer him as, about like why he doesn't really like her, or why he's like distancing himself from her and their older brother Takeyomi. So I'm just thinking, I was talking to some people in the comments last video. I'm like, I don't know, like maybe she did something where like she got them involved in some kind of crazy shit, and then like a gang jumped Sanzu, and then Mikey got mad maybe, and then he ends up, I don't know, probably trying to attack Senju, and that's one reason that kind of made him go crazy, because it was like a traumatic experience for Mikey and for Sanzu. So I don't know, man. I don't know what exactly happened back then, but we're going to get that flashback right now. Very interesting to see that Hadichio is, or was, Mikey's childhood friend, like one of his best friends, him and Baji. So that's very interesting. So I'm interested to get into the next chapter. I said interesting a lot of times, but let's get into this shit, man. Y'all know what I'm saying. I want to see what happened. So here we go, chapter 241. Let's get into it. Vroom. On that day, Mikey and Hadichio changed. Playing with an airplane. Move, move, move. Big bro Take. This boy jumping over. Damn, boy, that's chill. That's dangerous, Mikey. Isn't it cool? This Concorde plastic model, the supersonic airliner. Wait up, Mikey. Let me play with it too. You idiots. You'll never lay a finger on this. Kids, man, they all. And the chapter is called A Forced Smile. But they all trying to play with that goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Trying to play with that goddamn airplane. That model looks so cool. And this is Senju, elementary 3. So she's, I guess that's like 3rd grade, right? I want one too. Hey man, that's not girlish of you. Senju uses ore here, which is a masculine form of e. Oh, okay, that's cool. Huh, interesting. I always like to translate the little like notes, the little side notes, the author's note about certain things, like certain meanings to certain stuff. It's always good. I mean, I know they do that in a lot of manga, but I just like it because I noticed it a lot in this series. Oi, Hadichio, have you not realized that you've been teaching Senju the wrong words? Since I'm not leaving home anymore, you have to set a good example for her. I'm sorry, big bro Take. He's in 4th grade, so Senju's a year younger than them. Sanzu-kun was like that. Yeah, we were raised by a single father, but he was always busy, so he left us at grandma's. That's why Takeyomi plays the father role for us. I want to know more about Takeyomi, man. Like, you know, like I feel like he's a really cool character, but I really want to know more about him because, you know, in the future, he became the advisor for Banten, you know? So I wonder how, like, I feel like there's some kind of, like, tragedy with him that I feel like we haven't, like, discovered necessarily. But just seeing his face, I mean, I know the scar obviously is for an aesthetic thing, but I don't know, there's something about him that seems kind of, like, sad. I mean, obviously his best friend, presumably his best friend, Shinshiro, ended up getting killed. And then, you know, his situation by being like the father figure for his younger siblings. There's like a lot of shit going on in his life. So it'll be dope if we could deep dive into his stuff as well, you know. Because of my mistakes, Takeyomi got mad at Hadichio. Even so, Hadichio was always nice to me. Interesting. But on that day, man, I love all the sibling stuff, like the family stuff in this series, because we get like a lot of different sides of stuff. Like we obviously got the whole thing with Taiju and his siblings. You know, he was just abusing them and all this stuff. And then you have and he's just crazy as fuck. And then you have people like Mitsuya, who is actually a good older brother, even though he himself also kind of hates his position, but he still, you know, does his best for his younger siblings. And then we see this family, how there's like the older brother, obviously he's, you know, he's responsible for his younger siblings. And sometimes he, like, I guess he has to put his foot down in situations that he feels like he he doesn't necessarily want to be in, just like Mitsuya, you know, that responsibility of being the oldest. So I just love the family aspect in this series and the friendships and stuff. All of that stuff is always cool to me. To me, that's probably the best thing about the series is all the relationships people have. Especially when we start looking more and more into like people's past. I think Ken-san does a really good job at showing us that kind of stuff. And also though, I just really like a lot of the characters when they actually like complete a certain character arc, like where they have some kind of conviction or resolve to do something different or make a change. It always satisfies me in the end, you know, from pretty much all the arcs, especially the Black Dragon arc and the Tenjiku arc. Both of those arcs, obviously we all know those are goated arcs, or at least an A tier arc. But for me, I definitely think they're goated arcs for me personally. But yeah, I'm gonna continue anyway. I went on a tangent, but let's continue. But on that day, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Because of you, I'm always the one who gets yelled at. Do you understand? Why me? I'm sorry, Hato. I wish I knew how to talk back to Big Bro like how Mikey and Baji do. Interesting. So he's scared of his older brother. Because for one, his older brother always gets on him for like basically making for having Senju follow in his footsteps and shit, and like saying certain words. You know, like for example, if maybe you have like an older sibling or cousin that kind of got you to curse or something, and you were younger than them, and then maybe your parents or somebody was like, you know, that ain't cool. And they get on them for that, like, don't you know, get that into their head to start talking like that at that age and whatnot. It's that kind of situation. But for Sanzu, it looks like he's really scared of his older brother, even though his older brother might not actually be that, like, you know, malicious. He probably doesn't have any malicious intent in it, but he's really afraid of him. I like that aspect, because it's like some people are just scared of people without even really having a true reason. Because I don't think Takeyomi abuses him. All he does is just, you know, get on him verbally, but that's about it. But interesting. I wonder if we're gonna get more of that this chapter, or maybe some later on though. Where's everyone? Where did they go? Oh, so cool. See the airplane. Whoa, there's an enemy. Nobody else should touch that, okay? Go Sanju. Oh, see, she's playing with the airplane. Go Senju. It took me a month to fit. I think I know what's going to happen. Before I even scroll down or read the other pages. So since Senju's playing with the airplane, right? And then we're seeing that Mikey in that panel right there that's showing like where he said like a day or two ago or whatever the fuck. He said he don't want nobody touching his airplane. And Senju's the one that has his airplane. She's playing with the airplane, right? And then going back to what Senju said in the last chapter, at the end of the last chapter, she said she was the one that started it or whatever. She felt she's at fault between like the whole Mikey dark impulse thing and her brother not liking her. So I can see what's gonna happen. She's probably gonna break the shit, and then Mikey's gonna get mad, and then something's gonna happen from that. I don't know how or what's gonna happen, but I mean I know how, but I don't know exactly what is the big conflict after that. Like, is he just gonna like punch her or punch him or do something like that? I don't know. We'll see though. Damn, let's see. Yep, she broke the shit. Yep, she broke it. Mikey, who? Huh? Did you see? Who broke it? I can't remember why. Oh, she was scared and she said her brother did that. Wow. Oh shit. I knew this was gonna be like a damn. Okay, I'm gonna continue. It was Haru. Maybe because he got scolded that day. I don't get it. I didn't expect this lie would cost so much. I don't get the logic there though. She says she couldn't remember why she lied, and she said it was her brother, or she was about to say it was her brother, and then she said maybe because he got scolded that day. And she's trying to say that like he was already like in trouble, so it's like she thought that he was like used. I think that's what because she said she didn't expect the lie. She didn't expect the lie would cost so much. So I'm assuming that since she knows that her brother always gets like, you know, like little punishment, little verbal punishments and stuff like that. He always gets scolded all the time. That he was gonna be used to it, like from Mikey or Takeyomi. Like, you know, Mikey was probably just gonna yell at him or whatever, and then Takeyomi same thing. Like that would have been it. So she thought to herself that, you know, all they was gonna do is just tell him like, come on, dude. Like they've been building that shit forever. He told you not to touch it. So I can understand her. I'm not even mad. Plus she's a little girl, so I'm not even mad at her logic towards that. Because, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, she thought that, like, okay, well, I mean, shit, he always get in trouble anyway, so, I mean, what the fuck worse than that? He's already used to it. I'm not used to that kind of shit. I don't get in trouble like that. Well, yeah, so, let's see what happens. I only heard fragments of what happened after that. Hey, stop it. So, Baji was trying to stop. Oh, shit. Dude, he is leaking. Yo. Wow. This nigga, Mikey. I saw Hadichio with his mouth ripped. And Baji, oh yeah, because he does have that mouth scar, yeah. And Baji on the ground. And there stood Mikey with his hands soaked in blood. Smile, Hadichio. What the fuck? Yeah, Mikey's fucking insane. What the fuck? I'm convinced that during the battle of the three deities, it was the same Mikey standing on that day. So she kind of got triggered back to that flashback of what happened that day. Ever since that day, they all changed. Mikey laugh. Baji. Wow, he's starting to, what the fuck? And he's laughing. Wow, and he's crying and shit. He really ripped his mouth. They all changed, and it's because of me. I mean, I get it. I mean, it is her fault, but it's not like I don't blame her. I mean, she's at fault in terms of lying, obviously, you know. Yeah. But how the fuck she was gonna know that the nigga was gonna rip his mouth? You know what? Well, Mikey, man, and I know he's been crazy all this time. I know all this stuff. I really don't like him like that no more. Like how I used to. I mean, it's tough because he tries really hard to not be that kind of guy, though. So I can't respect him for that. But seeing this, I don't, man. Maybe it's just me not liking him to see this because he ripped his fucking mouth. Look at that panel, man. I don't like to see that shit. He ripped his mouth. And he told him, the part I don't like is that he told him to smile. Like, what the fuck? I don't like that part. But like I said, he is crazy. And we all know that. But it's like, I'm conflicted, man. That's all I can say. I'm conflicted. But let me continue real quick. It's probably like a page left. That's why I have to do something. Send you. But it's too late now to do anything. I'm just a failure. It's not a lost cause yet. Takamichi said, huh? I'm also a failure too, you know, Senju. We could turn this failure around. So Senju, come with me. Okay. He trying to recruit her. Let's turn over the Kanto Manji game. The cast is finally complete. The new team's first meeting in the next. Oh, this is the full. Okay, damn. I don't know. They don't got a lot of heavy hitters though, for real. I mean, Senju is literally probably like their best fighter, like actually their best fighter. And who else they got? I mean, I know they got the twins. If Angry get mad, he can get a little crazy and stuff. But like, I don't know how this is gonna go. It might not even be what we're thinking. It might not even be like an all-out fight for real. It might end up just being like a more of a talk. I mean, I know the whole thing is gonna have to be fight because that's just what the series is all about for the most part. When it comes to like conflict is always physical conflict. But I think most is gonna be like a talk no jutsu situation on Mikey to get him some fucking help or lock him up or do something, because that's crazy. Like I said, I stand by what I said. I do not fuck with him telling him to smile. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't like that. But what was I about to say before? One thing that is crazy about this, it all started from a fucking airplane though. On the surface level, that is fucking like weird. Like this whole like, and I know it's not like how Senju. I think the crazy part is that like this seems very foolish that all this started from an airplane. But that's just Senju's mind. That's what she held on to all this time. She thinks that she's the reason why Mikey's like this, but well, Mikey's always like this. He has to be. For him to warn them about his airplane and shit like that, that means he was always like that. He was always just a violent ass kid, you know? So he already knows that, you know, if somebody fuck with me or fuck with my friends or something that I own, I'm gonna fuck them up or do something. So we already know that he's crazy. And I can see this is just Senju's perspective of how things started, even though I know people on the surface level, when they read this chapter, they're like, what the fuck? All this started from a fucking toy airplane. But it's not necessarily that. It's mostly from Senju's, like, her point of view of the whole situation, right? So, I can see, because, you know, people drag Tokyo Revengers like every week, especially people that don't read. They'll like put panels and shit. I can see this being a thing, like it started from an airplane, that Mikey, the dark impulses. I can see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. I don't have to, I just know it's gonna happen. If I go on Twitter or something, I just know people are gonna put that, right? But like, if you actually understand the context, obviously this is from how Senju feels, but it's not necessarily like this whole thing didn't just start from her. That doesn't, no, that's not how that works, right? But Mikey, man, I don't know, he just needs to get help, get locked up or something, because it's like, it's fucking insane that he, like, and like, I know, we all know he's crazy and he wants to be changed, but like, man, how can you change people that like been crazy for a long time? Like, he's been crazy since he was, what, like 10 years old, maybe even earlier than that. He's been crazy for a long time, damn near a decade. He's just been nuts, right? So he needs to be stopped. No matter what, he needs to be stopped for what he's doing. No matter what he's doing is absolutely in the wrong. I'm glad that he's aware that he's fucking crazy though, because not a lot of people are aware of it. Like Kazutora, for example. Kazutora wasn't even really aware how crazy he was until like after Baji died. That's when you really started to think like, oh yeah, I'm fucking wild. Like, I'm wilding for all of this, right? So, you know, I'll give Mikey the benefit of the doubt in terms of just, because we always knew this and we know that he actually wanted help, but at the same time, and then he actually just tried to push everybody away to save them. So I do respect him on that aspect. But the thing that has pissed me off about it was just that he told him to smile. Like, he's very sick in the head. He needs help. That just made me feel bad for Sanzu. Really, that's all it is. That's how I'm feeling right now. I feel bad for Sanzu. And now I can see why he's like, you know, following Mikey so much and shit like that. Because he's, for one, scared. He's definitely scared of Mikey. You know how people are in the real world. People are scared of people, and because they're scared of people, they follow them or they worship, you know? So, damn, it's just tough, but I just want this final conflict to end on a really good note in terms of storytelling, making character arcs end completely, everything, you know, because, man, I won't lie, I can agree with most of the people about Tokyo Revengers that the storytelling, the narrative has declined. Like, obviously it has declined in this final arc, but I feel like it's just a slow burn until we get to that actual, like, the conclusion, because as of right now, we've been kind of, you know, it's been, we still gotta let things ride out, right, until we get to that point. So I can understand the, and I can agree with, to a certain extent, to, you know, how people feel about the manga, like, at this moment in time, and people saying that, well, the point that I don't agree with is that it should have ended at Tenjiku. I feel like I can see what Wakui is doing. I definitely can see that. He could have stopped it there, but I don't, because, I mean, you gotta remember, originally in this series, right, we were introduced to two people that were the main antagonists of this entire series, Kisaki and Mikey. So it's like, we already did the Kisaki thing. Mikey's the other one, and honestly, it's kind of hard, and that's why I like the series a lot. Usually for series, you get like one main antagonist towards the end, like the main ultimate antagonist. But for this one, you literally had two that are just as bad. I don't even know who is worse. I would say, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why when they both were together, it was terrible, right? But like, I don't know who's worse out of the two. Because like, Kisaki was very calculated. He was very smart. Everything was going his way constantly. The whole series, everything was just going his way. But Mikey, on the other hand, he is very unhinged. He's fucking crazy. I don't know, like, I would say in terms of like maybe the whole crime syndicate thing, I would say obviously it was Mikey. I mean, not Mikey, Kisaki, because he was smart. And plus him and Izuna, they're both on the same kind of playing field when it came to like manipulating people, because Izuna also kind of was manipulating Mikey too when we did see those flashbacks as well. So it just depends how you look at it, but still, nonetheless, he's still the main antagonist of the series, the other main antagonist. So, I mean, man. Wow, this is a pretty long video, man. I haven't done like a long Tokyo Revengers video in a minute. I feel like I haven't. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it was a lot to talk about with this chapter. To see actually what happened. Man, just let me know down below what you guys think about this chapter, like always, man. I'll talk to you guys in the comments as well, like I always do in every video. I just want to see how you guys feel about this, because I'm mad at Mikey, but I understand it, but it's not, you're not excused for this shit. And he knows that though. That's the whole thing. Mikey agrees with us, the audience. He agrees with us that he's wild and he's tripping. He agrees with us. But he need to get the help, man. That's all I gotta say. But I'm gonna end it right here, man. I just hope you guys have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys all in the next video. And peace.